The saddle we're looking at today is the Selle Italia XO. Now, this saddle is not a current saddle. It's not part of the Selle Italia range at the moment. It's been around for quite a while, and they don't actually make it now. Um, but it can still be obtained second hand or in some cases old stock. Um, Now, there is another saddle called the Selle Italia Sport, which has a cutout down there, and it's really an identical saddle, except it has a cutout, and you can find them for sale on eBay for between £30 and £40. I've never tried the one with the cutout. I've only used this. Now I've been using this saddle for maybe about 11 to between 11 and 12 years now, and I've done more than 20,000 miles on it. I can honestly say it's an extremely comfortable saddle, at least for me anyway. I can do long rides in this saddle up to 100 miles without any problem. Usually I'm doing up to between 50 and 70 miles in saying that, so I'm not often doing 100-mile runs. But it's a well-made saddle. It's stood the test of time. It's has plenty of padding, as you can see there, gel padding, and that goes all the way up to the nose there. So you can sit in the nose. I've never really enjoyed sitting on the nose in this saddle. I've mainly been back here, sitting in the main section. It's made from a kind of, I don't know if this is real leather or pretend leather. It's difficult to say, but it's nice. It's perforated there, so it's breathable, so you don't get too sweaty in this saddle, and there's plenty of grip on it as well, and it's got a sort of curved shape. I don't actually have any problem getting lock in with this saddle, so once I'm there sitting there, I can pretty much stay in that position. And it's got steel rails. These steel rails have held up really well, just plain carbon steel rails. Now it doesn't flex very much. This saddle, it relies mainly on the padding. The base doesn't flex too great, but that hasn't impacted comfort at all. I had a crash a couple of years ago, and I took a big chunk out the back end there, and I've refilled it in with silicone. So just in case you were wondering what that was, and it's still, the integrity of the saddle is still perfectly fine. In terms of weight, let's have a look at the weight again. 288 grams. Let's have a look. 288 grams. So, that's pretty good. The new saddle, the sport model that they're selling, that's listed as 330 grams, so I'm not quite sure where the extra 40 grams is coming from there with the cutout saddle. But this is 288 grams, which is, reasonable for a saddle of this type. This isn't meant to be a lightweight, high-performance racing saddle. It's meant to be a kind of all-day comfort saddle that's used for anything from sportives, commuting, mountain biking, that sort of thing. But I mean, if it'd be perfectly fine for racing as well if you were into that. That's it. The Selle Italia XO saddle, and thoroughly recommend it. You try one out. Have a look on eBay, see if you can find one second hand. They tend to go for anywhere around £15 to £20 second hand, and you might be lucky and find a new one from old stock. And it's one of these saddles that you wish Selle Italia had never stopped making. They may, it's just a pity, they can't remanufacture it. again, because I think it's a really good saddle, and it was very popular. I mean, this has been around for maybe up to probably close on 20 years, something like that. So it's not a new design by any means. So that's it, the Selle Italia XO saddle.